This is my review on Love Island Season 8, Episode 19. I don't know why this episode for me was very boring and I just wanted to hurry up and end because it just felt like I wasn't really engaged with any of the storylines or events that they had during the episode. So, Corbin and Parmesan have had a conversation before they've got in the villa, and obviously, Parmesan seems like she's a fan of Corbin because she's talking about, oh, yeah, I messaged you before. Don't you remember? Corbin obviously quickly caught on in regards to lying and then went with the theme and like, yeah, I remember that, yeah, and we only messaged one time, despite her saying that they only messaged one time beforehand. He's just using her words to try and create that a picture that he obviously knew her or talked to her beforehand and stuff, which wasn't the case. She just seems like she'll believe anything he says anyway, so I'm not really surprised with the way she responded or acted to that conversation anyway. And I feel like Casey is someone that has never experienced multiple people being interested in him at once because the way he's acting. Because why have a different woman in the bed when you aren't really? You said that you weren't attracted to Sydney as much as you're attracted to Tiara, so why even test that connection if you say you're not attracted to her and the connection won't grow necessarily? Because if you don't have the attraction in the beginning, I doubt it will grow at some point as well, knowing how Casey is from what we're seeing on the show. And then the issue I'm having now is that Caleb is now going through the same thing that he went through with what do you call it, Kenzie with Corbin again, because obviously remember beforehand, Kenzie had two men fighting over her in a sense, and she was more attracted to Corbin than she was with Caleb as well, in regards to how she was treating them. Then she eventually chose Corbin in the end instead of going with Caleb. Now Parmesan is in the picture because they're in Casa Amor, and Parmesan was with Caleb beforehand. Now, obviously, Corbin is now chatting to Parmesan and he's feeling some type of way. And bear in mind, they're doing it in front of Caleb's face as well. They're locking lips with each other whilst Caleb is sitting to the side of them. I feel like both Casey and Tiara have work to do in regards to their communication skills because Tiara automatically just got defensive for no reason as well and automatically just shut down and then claimed it was an argument when they were actually having a discussion. And Casey as well seemed like he likes that type of situation because when it was a healthy communication, healthy communication he had with Anaya, he wasn't really, you know what I mean, doing all this. But when it's with Tiara, he feels like, oh, she's fiery and that's what he likes. So I guess, each their own. I was a bit confused about Corey pulling Melanie for a chat because what happened to Trinity, because you guys had like a little connection there. I didn't really see the I could see that obviously he was interested in both as well though, but I just thought it was kind of random as well because maybe I'm missing parts because I didn't remember him stating that he had interest in Melanie in the beginning. I'm also confused about that guy that said that, oh, he basically doesn't have any social media, so how did they find you? Because from my understanding, when you go on Love Island, they scout you through your Instagram or other social media platforms, so did they just stop you in the street? Like, I'm not understanding this. In that competition that they had as well though, Casey and Anaya were going neck and neck. It was a good run, but I believe Casey won that over Anaya anyway. We had like Trinity versus Bryce. In my books, Trinity won though, but I just feel like putting people's feet in your mouth is insane for a task. And I feel like these tasks just get even more insane as they go along during the season. I don't know, the behaviour of Corbin and Casey just give jocks, like high school jocks, the way they're acting. I feel like Casey wants approval from Corbin to some degree. And then it's like Casey also wants someone to be gassing his head as well, like how Anaya was to a certain degree, but he just doesn't want Anaya. But he wants someone to see him as a leader, I'm assuming, or something. I don't know, because it's not adding up why he's behaving like this as well. But it seems like he definitely wants Corbin's approval from how they're having this conversation. I really did like, though, how Jen was very firm on her decisions as well. She didn't back down, didn't change her ways or nothing. I agree with Kenzie. She needs to not hold back and explore options because let's be honest, she probably knows Corbin ain't trying to be with her anyway. Like, she knows that Corbin will go for someone better if he had the chance to. So let's be realistic here. Corbin lost me as well because he's talking about he's having mature conversations with Parmesan. How are you having a mature conversation with Parmesan? How is that possible? And then also, what type of conversation were you having with Kenzie? Because he's trying to act like, oh, he was having immature conversations with Kenzie compared to him with Parmesan. I'm thinking, what's going on here? I feel like Kenzie always finds herself in the love triangle for no reason as well. Like, she just needs to go to Dylan. Why are you talking to Gal for? I like Amora for sincere, but at the same time, this is early days. They've only known each other for how many days now? So they sent postcards basically from Casa Amor. I feel like production were trying to switch that up so the women can actually choose and stop being so loyal to these men because normally during Casa Amor, that's when people are allowed to explore their options and these men aren't even exploring anything. They're just still being loyal to these so-called men. Then the guys get the mail too and it's like, why are the Casa girls so in her as well? They're so quick to get involved. Like, get your head out of there. Get your head out of there and let them look at the postcard. Because let me see, let me see. You're not a part of the gang. You're not a part of the crew, man. And as I said before, and Corbin didn't give a heck about Kenzie because he couldn't care about the picture that there Kenzie was kissing some guy and whatever. Bryce, on the other hand, yeah, panicking, pitter patter, pitter patter. That's how his heart was moving, because his heart's not in the game like that unless it's for Trinity, and he's panicking. I think, oh, who's this guy she's kissing in the photo booth? And obviously that was Corey. Then you had Kada crying like someone died. I'm just like, all this crying, but you're not going to move on, so just save the tears, man. I was just kind of over at that point because all this crying, oh, look what he's doing, oh, look what he's doing. I'm not trying to hear it, man. The only reason Casey is hurt is because he thought and I wouldn't even entertain or talk to anyone else because he still, oh, she doesn't even lift her leg up like that with me, blah, blah, blah. You thought she was just going to be a sad person by herself basically and be sobbing over you like, oh, I can't wait for Casey, because you want to walk in and just play in her face. That's what it's giving. And Kenzie, I don't want to hear nothing from you. You knew Corbin was the F-boy beforehand, but now all of a sudden, oh, look what he's doing, look what he's doing. You knew how he was moving, so why are you acting surprised? And then looked like Anaya was trying to hold back her tears as well, but Anaya needs to come and bring someone back because I'm actually tired of her doing all this. But I feel like also she's getting a bad edit as well because this happened with Alandria as well, where we weren't seeing specific stuff. Then it comes out afterwards now when she does interviews when she left the villa that it wasn't like she was moving desperate for the man, but it's the way they were editing her out to be. I don't know, Casey in this episode gave red pills well when he was talking about, oh, I spoke life into all this other stuff. Like, you're doing the bare minimum basically and you're expecting someone to be patting you on back. And why wouldn't you be on thin ice as well? Because of the way you're behaving here, but you think you're going to get a pass because what you spoke life into her. Get the hell out of here. Last thing I have to say is Anaya needs to explore Carl, man. Like, she needs to at this point.